Alright, so the setup and strategy I'll be talking about is right here, which we had called in advance inside of the community. And this is a PnL by using this strategy for the last month. As you can see, we are up 5.99%, almost 6%. And it's just 3 weeks and we're still running it. And today I'll be breaking down the exact strategy behind the trade, and the strategy that's pretty simple to follow and easy to implement, and that's completely changed the way I trade. So let's jump straight into it. Alright, so moving on to the charts. Now, have a look on my charts, and you will be able to see that this is the exact framework I personally use to find the high probability setups, and there's nothing overly complicated or filled with dozens of indicators. And the goal is to keep trading as simple and repeatable as possible. And let me just show you how exactly I identified the setup that I showed. All right, so this strategy is pretty simple. All right, so basically the first step is analyze the money flow, which is the trend identification, which means you first need to identify is the money flow bearish or bullish, which means you need to find whether the market is moving in an uptrend or a downtrend or a sideways range. All right, so as you can see that the market is moving down, which means that it's making consistent lower lows and lower highs and lower lows and lower highs and so on, which means we have a bearish money flow. All right, then the second step is to mark out clear draws on liquidity on the 1 hour to the 4 hourly time frame. So as you do see that this high, this is a clear draw on liquidity. This low, this is a clear draw on liquidity. This low, this is a clear draw on liquidity. This high, this is a clear draw on liquidity. This high, this is a clear draw on liquidity. All right, so that was the second step. And talking for the third step, it is sweep and reclaim, which is the confirmation. And you will also need an indicator, which I'll be getting onto it. All right, and now the thing is that now liquidity is pretty simple. Okay, just imagine this is resistance, and then the price comes here. All right, forms a resistance, and then the price goes back up and then goes up. So this means that the liquidity has been taken out, as above this there were pending orders and stop losses which now have been taken out. All right, so this was the third step. And now let me show you how I identified that trade, which I uploaded in the Discord. All right, so as you do see on the 1 hour time frame that this is a pretty clear high. All right, so we are simply going to mark it out. Okay, we'll be simply marking it out. Now as we have marked it up, we'll just wait for the price to sweep it in. All right, then we have to move on to the 15-minute time frame. Okay, and then now is the main part. All right, now you have to simply open the oscillator, the indicator, and then wait for a red or green dot. Okay, basically this is the indication when you have to sell. All right, this is not a random indicator. It tracks the money flow and then forms the divergences. All right, so now when there's the bearish divergence, it means that you have to enter right here. So this is where you're supposed to enter. And now you can see that this trade gave you a 1, 2, 3. All right, and it's still running. All right, and now the most important part, I'll show you another setup from this exact strategy that I personally use. Now as you can see, this is a clear draw on liquidity, so we'll simply mark it out. All right, and now we'll simply open the indicator, and now as you can see, the price swept that level and reclaimed the level. So now we'll open the indicator, and you see that there is a green divergence. Okay, so this is divergence, and now when this divergence forms, that's the exact moment when you're supposed to enter into the trade. And in this case, I would have placed my stop loss right here. All right, as it's too big, and I will place my stop loss around the body of those two candles. And now let's see how much this trade gave. All right, so this trade is still running, and it gave around a 127 RR. And that's the speciality about this indicator and strategy, that it helps to find the exact bottoms or exact tops before any trend. All right, so it helps you to capture the whole trend. And you can find the access to the indicator inside of the Discord community, and you can find the link in the comments or in the description. And the part that's hard about trading is the concepts that actually work, and I've covered about the basics and advanced concepts in the community, from which we all build our contexts and make profits. And I also upload all my profitable setups in advance, so meanwhile you become profitable at trading, you don't waste your time and miss on opportunities, and simply profit by simply copying my trades, as learning a strategy is easy, but building the discipline to use it effectively takes some time. So that was for this one. See you on the other side. Peace out.